Hey, folks, back again here with another one of our fantastic Arizona Cannamentors, another industry fixture who has been here since day one, knowledgeable in operations and all things cannabis industry. My pleasure to introduce you, Jane. Hey, Jane, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining the Cannamentor program. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your experience in the industry.
I started in November of 2011 running a caregiver collective because dispensaries weren't open. And it was the only way to get medicine to the patients, in my opinion, at that time. And then I moved to Monarch in Scottsdale and I worked there for 4 years. And then I came over to Copper State Farms and Sol Flower Dispensaries, and I've been here since 2017.
And what do you do for them now?
So I'm director of patient services, which means that patients that need a little extra help and need some consulting for specific conditions, or maybe they're just new to the whole process, come in and get a consult from me, and then I kind of guide them until they feel comfortable and take off on their own.
That's a pretty unique position, and I applaud Copper State for having somebody in that role. Do most places have something like?
I actually developed this job title from working in the caregiver collective and finding out that so few people understood the science of cannabis, and I'm a science nerd. And so it was just a natural fit for me. My background is botany and education, so it all kind of melts together here.
And for Monarch, is that what you did for Monarch as well?
Yeah, I was head of patient services over there and had a really good run. And then Copper State was getting ready to build this monstrous facility out in Sun City. And it has a classroom and consulting rooms and everything I could ask for. So I'm with them.
That's incredible. I haven't been out there yet. And Monarch, I've known the Kleins, and great organization. Copper State, another great organization. And caregivers, I have gained respect for the caregiver model over the years. Coming to watch and understand how the industry has developed. It's okay, but it could be better. And a lot of the caregivers did a lot of fine work in experimenting and providing medicine. So I've kind of, my perspective on that has changed over the years. That's not important though. But tell us.
Yesterday I was doing orientation for 16 new employees, and I was telling them that when we started out in the industry, there was really under 50 people in the industry in Arizona. It was a very tight-knit community, and we all, watched each other's backs.
You were one of the first people that I met.
Yeah.
So, the social equity application process is happening, and the new licensees are coming on board. And then, of course, there'll be tons of people that are learning about the cannabis industry, utilizing our resources and our social equity education program to learn about the resources. What kind of recommendations and advice might you have for them in particular, or for anyone looking into this industry?
Well, the cannabis industry is equivalent to like a line of dominoes. So you have to have all your dominoes in a row. One falls, it wrecks the whole chain. You really need a strong attention to detail. Mm-hmm. And you just have to have a lot of oversight. You can't just expect that whoever told you they were going to do the job necessarily is doing the job. And so it's a lot to handle, and there's just so many facets that can get easily overlooked. Mm-hmm. That, anything from marketing to product placement to all that stuff.
And would you be available to say a social equity license winner to have a sit down for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, help them out, guide them on their way once they, if they should win?
Yeah, I'd be happy to help anyone that reaches out to me. Everyone teases me about this because I always say, don't call me, you need to email me. But most of my day, I'm in one-to-one consults. And so I'm not a big fan of 20 voicemails at the end of the day. So anyone that emails me, I can keep track of them and get back to them, and it's very easy.
And what's your
I'm
email?
happy to do it.
What's your best email?
It's janef@livewithsoul.com.
livewithsoul.com.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you know, one of those things we're looking forward to providing, and this is what's kind of hopefully will be the end result, is that people will know who they can reach out to and sit down with that it sits in the industry once they win. If they need some advice prior to, certainly they'll reach out as well. And there's certain, and every time we help educate people a little bit, it actually moves the ball forward. But you know, you're actually quite unique, because I don't know how many other organizations care enough to have this role.
Well, it pays for itself, because each consult I do brings me in basically 8 more consults after that. And I'm not saying they all call the next day, but I had a consult today at 1. By 3 o'clock, one of their friends had called. So, you
Excellent.
know, it's a unique service and people appreciate it.
Excellent. And you're letting them know how to safely and therapeutically and intelligently, medicinally consume cannabis, which is something
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, and for a lot of people, it's just like learning a foreign language. They don't understand anything. They're overwhelmed. Another thing that happens often is people will bring in bags and bags of product that they bought at other dispensaries, and they just don't know what to do with it. And so, and when that situation happens, obviously these people care and they want to use cannabis as a medicine. They're just stymied on how to get started. So it's just a little support and scaffolding to get. I mean, the average patient within 3 weeks has found their sweet spot, knows exactly what they want to do, and they take off from there.
then we need to rely on the consistency of the products being delivered.
Right.
I'm sure you're aware of all the
Yes.
challenges.
Yeah.
Challenges. I remember when I was working in a cultivation in 2013 and 14, and everybody's talking about indica sativa and strains, and I saw them just mixing it all up and then putting it into the blunts or what the pre-rolls they were doing. I thought to myself, that's not. And then they were selling it under one strain. I was like, nobody's really checking that. That doesn't seem right. I really don't know. No, but it's a fascinating journey. But Jane, you are one of the experts in Arizona, and we appreciate your time. And I hope people know that you're available and accessible. And should they win a license, or should they need help with the application, or should they just need help with life, or understanding how to properly medicate, that they should reach out to you.
And I am famous for no BS. So if they're asking me something and I don't feel qualified to answer, I will get them to the right person.
Jane, we thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at the next MITA.
Thank you.